Let us be free. Let us do what we want. We don't want to wear a mask in public. We don't want forced vaccinations. We don't want Trudeau. We don't want socialism in our country. We don't want Sharia. We want freedom.
Here at Parliament Hill, Ottawa, I'm Tamara Ugolini with Rebel News. As you can see, there is a large gathering happening here today, Rally for Freedoms, among many other views. So we're going to head into the crowd and see if we can get some opinions and find out what brings people out here today, despite the lackluster weather. If you can, donate to Rebel News at journalistdefensefund.com. Oftentimes we find that in order to bring you the other side of the story, we need security to do so. And that may not be the case here today, but if you want to ensure we can continue to bring you the other side, please go to journalistdefensefund.com and donate if you're able to. All right, this is Pastor Hildebrandt from Alamer, and can you tell me what brings you out here to the protest today?
Yes, we came here because we feel like unless we stand up for our God-given freedoms, as we can tell, they are being taken away from us, little by little, sometimes not so little. And we just feel like it's important that we're here with other people across this nation. As you see around us here, it's important to people what is happening to our freedoms. And we're not willing to give up our freedoms, absolutely not. And we're here, God has given us these things. I'm a pastor. We don't want them to shut down our churches. We don't want them to tell us to wear the mask. We're adults. We know when to wash our hands. We know when to wear a mask. We don't need this systemic oppression.
I'm from Iran. My parents are from Iran. They left a dictatorship. They left the Islamic Republic of Iran for freedom. And look what's happening. Our freedoms are being taken away by this globalist, tyrannical, liberal, socialist regime. And it's just sick.
Yeah, so basically all of these lockdown measures that have been going on right now, if you look on your municipality's websites, they all say pretty well the same verbiage. The science is expanding, the science and science and science. But you go on these websites, they don't have any science listed. There's nothing. So they're not basing any of these lockdown measures on facts at all. It's all fear-mongering, it's all fear-pandering. Not to mention, when you actually look into the facts, there is nothing, even on the CDC website, the WHO, that says masks don't help prevent the transmission of viruses. There's lots of literature on this. So at the very best, all they can say is that it's contentious science that backs up their mandates, and it just makes no sense. It's duplicitous and it's false messaging, and it's infringing on rights and freedoms.
And so the biggest thing you'd say you've noticed is sort of this copy and paste mandate across the board with these municipalities. And so do you have a message for them then on how we can sort of step back from that copy and paste and go back to the actual facts?
Listen to your constituents and act on an ideal and a principle of morality and of freedom and preserving our rights, rather than using these nefarious and nebulous bodies like the WHO, who have skin in the game. They have skin in the game for these mandates to prime us for mandatory vaccines, all these freedom infringing policies. They have skin in the game. Stop relying on these entities that are not accountable to the Canadian taxpayer.
I mean, it is freedom of choice. You are to make that decision, but you choose to wear the mask and I choose not to wear it. I should have the right to.
Now, Maxime, what brings you out here today?
Same thing like you know, more freedom, less government, and as you may know, freedom and personal responsibility, they are two of our founding principles at the PPC, and so I'm here to celebrate the freedom, and I think it's too important. What happened today, I'm a little bit scared for our future, so we need to be here and to celebrate what we believe in, and I'm doing that with a lot of people today.
And looking into the future, what do you think about, there's talks that there may be a snap election. Can you comment on that at all?
Yes, I don't believe in, we have a big socialist government with the Trudeau government right now. So I think Trudeau will have the support of the Bloc Québécois or the NDP. He may survive this fall. We may have an election this spring. We'll see what will happen. But I can tell you that the PPC will be ready.
I like your sign here, make Orwell fiction again. Can you expand on that?
Obviously, I didn't come up with it. It's been on the internet and stuff. But yeah, obviously we're looking at the dystopian future, and yeah, it's a fun play on that.
What is your message here today? If you could have a platform to speak out to other Canadians or municipalities, local government.
Yeah, well, there's also this one. This is my big message as well. I think it's really important, you know, that you have the freedom to be afraid, but I have the freedom to live my life too, you know? Yeah.
Absolutely.
And a big thing is I really want our government to be transparent with how this lockdown has hurt more people than it has saved.
Informez-vous, comment informer?
Be informed.
Be informed, but inform yourself. Not be informed from anywhere. Be informed. Look for the real information, not on the TV. Close your TV.
Well, we're here to protest against the lockdown measures, and it's absolutely ridiculous that what we're going through just because of a virus, and we're not going to stand for it. All the measures that they're imposing are completely draconian, and our human rights should not be suspended just because there's a virus.
So what would your message be to government, Quebec, any levels, your local municipality? Do you have a message, something you'd like to convey?
Well, you know, there's a misconception that we're here because we're anti-mask, and that's not the case. We're not anti-mask. You want to wear a mask, go ahead. Most of us, I mean, we talk to many people, and we all have the same mindset, live and let live. You want to wear a mask, go ahead. We're not going to bother you, but if we don't want to wear one, we don't have to. And, you know, a lot of studies have come out that they don't work, you know, so, I mean, it seems like more it's a false sense of security than anything else. So if it makes you feel safe, go ahead. But those who don't want to wear it, we shouldn't be forced to wear one. And it's not even, it goes further than the masks. You know, the closures of small business. It's got to end. You know, we just want to be free. We just want to be left alone.
A good message would be get government out of our personal lives as much as possible.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're all responsible adults. We could take care of ourselves. We don't need the government in our lives. And they're everywhere in our lives. Even there was a report that now they're telling us how to have sex and everything, so that they're even
Glory holes, right? Glory holes.
Oh my God, exactly. Just leave us alone. You know, I really believe in the sovereignty of the individual, and we should just all be free. That's it.
Especially businesses have to be very angry about the fact that their livelihoods have been changed. Ever since February, let's just say, businesses have closed down, and with the second wave coming, they're expecting even more of them to close down. So people should be angry about this. They shouldn't just let things go.
And we know it's like a totalitarian tiptoe. So now it's the mandatory masks, and then it's going to be the mandatory vaccines, and then it's going to be the digital certificates. You know, we know what the plan is. We've been following it, and we keep being called conspiracy theorists, but their plan is in plain sight.
If you can, donate to Rebel News at journalistdefensefund.com. Oftentimes we find that in order to bring you the other side of the story, we need security to do so. And that may not be the case here today, but if you want to ensure we can continue to bring you the other side, please go to journalistdefensefund.com and donate if you're able to.